Have you ever felt a pang in your heart, triggered by her fleeting glance away, as if something's off, but you're too afraid to face it? I know you're here because you love her, the woman who consumes your every thought. You've given your entire world to make her happy, but deep down, a quiet voice whispers, does she still love me like she used to? Or is her heart drifting towards someone else? It's like standing on the edge of a cliff, torn between trust and the fear of the truth. I've been there, wrestling through sleepless nights, wondering if I was imagining things or truly losing the one I love. Today, I'm sharing with you 6 subtle sign zones most men overlook that she might be interested in someone else. Are you ready to face the truth? Because once you see them, everything could change forever. Let's start with the first sign. One that cuts like an invisible blade. Her affection begins to feel like a scripted play. Do you remember the early days? When she hugged you, you felt her warmth, as if the world melted away and it was just the two of you. Her spontaneous smiles, the way she held your hand so tightly you thought she'd never let go. The way she looked at you with eyes that sparkled, making you feel like the only man in the universe. But now, things are different. She still hugs you, still says, I love you, but it lacks soul. Have you ever felt a hug that's shallow, as if she's just going through the motions to keep you from suspecting? A kiss that's fleeting, devoid of passion, or an I miss you that sounds like it's recited from a worn-out script. I know that feeling. It's like grasping at something slipping through your fingers. You wonder, what did I do wrong? Am I no longer enough? You spiral through thoughts, searching for excuses to justify it. Maybe she's tired. Maybe she's stressed. But deep down, you sense an invisible wall between you, a distance you can't bridge. The most heartbreaking part is that she might still say the words you want to hear, just to keep you at ease. But her eyes no longer light up like they used to. I've been there, convincing myself everything was fine, that she just needed time. But the truth is, when affection becomes mechanical, her heart might already be turning towards someone else. If you're feeling this, pause and listen to your intuition. Observe how she expresses her affection. Does it still make you feel loved, or is it just a facade hiding the truth that she's no longer yours? You deserve a love that's genuine, someone who makes you feel cherished from the depths of their heart. But it's not just her affection that changes. There are other signs, more subtle, tied to how she organizes her life. Let's explore the next sign. The second sign is when she suddenly becomes busy and you can't figure out why. Think back to the days when she always found ways to be with you. Friday nights watching movies, weekend getaways planned in advance, or random texts like, "What are you doing? I want to see you." She made you feel like the center of her world, the person she wanted to spend her time with most. But now, her schedule is like a maze. She says, "I'm so busy," but offers no clear explanation. One day, she cancels plans at the last minute because of something urgent. Then, out of nowhere, she's free at odd times, but only briefly, as if you're a secondary option. You start feeling like you're chasing her, but never quite catching up. I know how painful that feels. It's like standing on the sidelines of her life, waiting for a moment she's willing to spare. You tell yourself she's just busy, that work or friends are taking up her time, but deep down, you know that when someone loves you, they make you a part of their life. Even if it's just a quick call or a text during a break. When she's suddenly busy with no clear reason, she might be spending time with someone else. She keeps her schedule flexible, non-committal with you. so she can balance you with someone she doesn't want you to know about. And that makes you feel like you're losing your place in her heart. You start questioning your worth, wondering if you still matter. If you notice this sign, trust your gut. Don't let yourself get caught in a cycle of vague apologies or unfulfilled promises. You deserve someone who makes you a priority, not a backup plan. And when you realize she's no longer making time for you, there's another place that might reveal the truth: social media. Let's dive into the third sign. The third sign lies in how she presents herself on social media. I'm not saying you should turn into a detective, but social media is a mirror of how someone wants to be seen, and sometimes it reveals what they won't say out loud. Before, she used to share moments of you together, a photo from the park, a sweet caption about how you make her happy. Those posts made you feel proud, like the world knew you were her man. But now, her feed is filled with selfies, stories about outings with friends, or cryptic captions like "finding myself" or "living for today." Note: have you ever felt a sting scrolling through those posts? Like she's crafting a new version of herself, one that no longer includes you. You wonder, why doesn't she mention me anymore? What is she trying to say to the world? What unsettles you is that those posts feel like a signal, as if she's sending a message to someone out there. I've been in that place, staring at posts from someone I loved and feeling like I was being pushed to the margins. You try to convince yourself she's just living her truth, but deep down, you know that when someone loves you, they want the world to know you're part of them. When she builds an image of independence and freedom, she might be trying to catch someone else's attention. If you notice this sign, don't ignore it. Ask yourself, what message is she sending? And who is it for? You deserve someone who's proud to have you in their life, not someone who makes you feel excluded from their story. But it's not just social media that reveals change. There's another sign, closer to home, tied to something she always carries: her phone. Let's move to the fourth sign. The fourth sign is how she behaves with her phone. I'm not saying you should check her phone. That's not right, and not how relationships are built. But pay attention to how she reacts when her phone is near you. Before, she was relaxed, leaving her phone on the table, replying to texts in front of you, or even asking you to check something on it. But now, things have changed. When a message comes in, she quickly flips the screen down or stops texting when you're nearby, only to dive back into her phone the moment you leave. Have you ever seen her flinch when you accidentally touch her phone, as if you've crossed a forbidden line? I know that feeling, like there's a part of her life you're not allowed to touch. You wonder, what is she hiding? Why does she need to guard her phone like that? It makes you feel isolated, like there's an invisible wall between you. You start to doubt, then blame yourself for overthinking. The truth is, when someone has nothing to hide, they're open with their phone. But when she guards it like a treasure, she might be concealing a message, a conversation, or even a relationship you're not supposed to know about. And that makes you feel betrayed, even without solid proof. If you notice this sign, don't jump to conclusions, but don't dismiss it either. Observe changes in her behavior. You deserve a relationship that's transparent, where you don't have to wonder if you're being deceived. And when transparency fades, there's another sign, even more painful, tied to how she engages with your life. Let's explore the fifth sign. The fifth sign is a deep cut to the heart. She no longer shows curiosity about your life. Think back to the early days, when she wanted to know everything about you, how your day went, what your friends were like, or the dreams you were chasing. She asked questions, listened, and made you feel truly valued. Conversations stretched for hours, with her eager to understand every corner of your soul. But now, things have shifted. You share an exciting workday. But she just nods and says, "That's nice." You mention a big plan, but she doesn't ask for details or show excitement. She's there, but her mind seems elsewhere. Have you ever felt like you're talking to a wall, desperate to connect but met with indifference? I know how much that hurts. It makes you question, do I still matter to her? Am I doing something wrong? You try to pull her back, to spark those deep conversations you once had. But the more you try, the more lost you feel. The truth is, when someone loves you, they want to understand you, to be part of your world. But when that curiosity vanishes, she might be giving her attention to someone else, someone she's more excited to think about. And that makes you feel like you're being replaced, even though she's still by your side. If you notice this sign, listen to your heart. You deserve someone who's not just present, but genuinely wants to know you, to share your journey. But there's one final sign, perhaps the most painful, tied to your shared future. Let's uncover the sixth sign. The final sign is when she hesitates or is vague about the future. Remember the early days, when you both eagerly made plans together, a weekend trip, a movie next month, or distant dreams of a home together. Those conversations made you feel secure, like you and she were building something lasting. But now, things are different. When you bring up a plan, she responds with, "We'll see," or "I'm not sure if I'll be free then." She doesn't outright refuse, but she doesn't commit either. Have you ever felt like you're left hanging, waiting for confirmation that never comes? I know that feeling, like you want to build a future with the person you love, but they're not walking with you. It makes you wonder, why isn't she excited anymore? Is she keeping her distance for a reason? You try to convince yourself she's just busy, but deep down, you know that when someone loves you, they want to imagine a future with you in it. When she hesitates, she might be keeping a space in her heart for someone else, or for a future where you're no longer the center, and that makes you feel like you're losing not just her, but the dreams you believed you'd build together. If you notice this sign, don't ignore it. Ask yourself, does she truly want to be with me? Or is she keeping me as a safe option? You deserve someone who's thrilled to think about a future with you. My friend, love is a beautiful journey, but it's also full of challenges. These signs aren't here to hurt you, they're here to remind you to listen to your heart. If you see them, don't rush to confront or accuse. Observe. Trust your intuition. And remember that you deserve a love that's sincere. Someone who loves you with their whole heart. I know facing these doubts isn't easy. It's painful. It makes you feel vulnerable. But you're stronger than you realize. Don't let yourself get trapped in a relationship where you're not valued. Hold on to your worth. Keep your eyes open and your heart ready for a love that's truly yours. Hit the like button if this video helped you see something more clearly. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next insights on love and life. And don't forget to share this video with a friend who knows they might need this advice too. Now, tell me, have you noticed any of these signs in your relationship? Or is there something else making you question things? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it and help you find your way forward. I'm your companion on this journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Love yourself, and always stay true to who you are. Until next time.